So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom and a belated video for commemorating VE Day. So this is my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, George and Eileen. Sadly Eileen passed away before Christmas. She'd been in a home, had dementia for many years, but George still going strong. He's 94. He was 94 in January. Still lives alone. Sadly lost a lot of his eyesight now. Here he's not so good, but at 94, what do you expect? But these are his medals. He's a veteran of the Eastern Campaign. He was served through the latter part of the war on HMS Penn, a P-class destroyer, which saw extensive service well, around the Mediterranean initially. Then when he joined, it went out to the Far East. He doesn't talk about it. He's one of the old school veterans that just doesn't talk about it. Clearly, I think in the mop up to the end of the war with Japan, he talks hints about things like going to seeing some of the after effects of some of the Japanese prison camps, going to Singapore, India, Fiji, those sort of places. I mean, he travelled extensively. I think he joined up at the age of 17, 18, probably not entirely sure exactly when, probably 1943, 1944, which I say is about the right time, excuse my hand coming in here, that the Penn went out to the Far East. Yeah, so looking at the history of this ship, it was originally originally saw action in the Mediterranean, and then it headed out in 1944, which is probably when George joined it, to join the Eastern Fleet. And it saw a lot of duties, as destroyers of that day did. He was part of the screening of the battleships Queen Elizabeth, Valiant, and the French destroyer Richelieu in April. He was part of the aircraft anti-aircraft coverage for the HMS Illustrious, the aircraft carrier, and the Penn was a bit of a specialist anti-aircraft destroyer, and as I understand it, George was an anti-aircraft gunner on these ships, so one assumes that he would have encountered kamikaze pilots, would have faced all kinds of horrific attacks throughout that time when they were in the Far East. In August they went back to the UK and served again in the Mediterranean, saw duties in Malta and Gibraltar, before joining the Home Fleet later on that year, later on in 45, and then went back into the Mediterranean again. So he would have seen extensive duties. Actually, in May they went back out to Asia again. Crikey, I had no idea that the destroyers covered so much distance. So yeah, he seems to have seen duties in Asia and also the Mediterranean. He does recount, one of the things he did say to my wife once, that his ship provided transport for the Enola Gay. So I presume as it was being transported to the airbase and for its notorious bombing of Hiroshima. So yeah, I just want to do a quick video on him. These are his medals. I'll put up a picture of the destroyer that he was part of. So here you've got this is the 1939-45 Star, Battle of Britain Star, and I believe anybody who saw duty during the war was entitled to this thing. This one is the Burma Star, so veterans of the Pacific War are entitled to the Burma Star. This one here is the Defence Medal, which was awarded to for home defence, basically. So I guess that was when he was working or within the Home Fleet. And this is the War Medal, 1939-45. So I can't tell you exactly what he did. I know he has quite a nasty burn on his one of his hands, which I assume was a result of the war. But say he doesn't talk about it like many veterans. But we salute him. I love him. He's a great old guy. Lovely father-in-law. Wonderful granddad to my kids. And sadly, we can't see very much of him at the moment because obviously he's isolating. So my wife drops his food parcels off every week, and we speak to him every day on the phone. But George, salute you. You're awesome old man. Really showed the spirit and character of the veterans that sadly not many of them left, but George is still going strong. Anyway, I hope that you found that interesting and useful. If you did, please give it a like and let me know about any of history of veterans in your family. I'm sure there's plenty of them. This is Dom signing out.